Here we go for episode... I like to call these episodes, by the way. It makes me feel like I'm producing a TV show.
Sure, but this is a...
Session 25.
Is this technically like a side one
Yes,
shot?
no, because it's not a side quest because it is integral to the plot.
Okay.
So we are considering everything you learn here to be valuable information to where you're going and what you're doing.
Okay.
All right, so we are down Andrew, Stephanie, and Shelby tonight, but the fairies are going to make an appearance. I have directions from them. But let's recap. The party resumed their defense of Dean Pelanistra Tlanier, who was currently in the belly of a blood monster summoned by the halfling were-raven Kithri Legallo. Together with some allies, they were able to slowly pick off the source of the Avatar's power, reducing it to a manageable size and forcing Kithri's hand to deal a final blow. Delta fell in the process, saved only by her Revivify cloak, which proved useful, as she and Ovi then collaborated to also revivify the mangled body of Pelanistra, who died in the altercation. It was the deviant professor of Rivian Devereaux, the succubus professor of the profane, who offered the diamond needed for the revivification, and Ovi believes there to be some expectation of reciprocity. The party took stock of the decimated battlefield and made some discoveries. Garrett found a dagger owned by Kithri that was clearly magical. Indigo and Virik then found the missing items from Yelvin Davo's office used in the ritual summoning. A startling surprise came when Virik located and identified a bead of selenite, an incredibly rare substance from the plane of Limbo. Virik and Indigo both realized it matched the beads from the necklace Virik had hired Indigo to procure back in the real world. Virik took this as a sign of Indigo's complicit partnership in the bloodbath. His horror was evident as he retreated, but not without a threat that he and his partners would be watching her next moves. Delta and Hattie also spotted a confusing sight. A giant wasp, a form their grandmother, the founder dragon Belladros, had visited them in previously. She departed before they were able to question her presence, but the significance was not lost on them. The party got Pelanistra to the medical building, where she began a slow recovery. MacGruber visited her, and they had a private moment to discuss their shared connection with the Auric, their shared apprehension of Geordi and his plans, and a clear message to exercise caution about speaking openly of the Auric. Indigo and Hattie took the opportunity to explore Pelanistra's sanctum and made two meaningful and welcome discoveries. A journal cataloging Pelanistra's intricate exploration of the Auric, including a list of all members. Pelanistra herself listed as a concerning number 2 dated 400 years ago. She emphasized strongly the need to keep Geordi from time jumping again and laid out clear plans to keep him occupied in the present time. She suspected, as the party has, that Geordi intends to hold the oracles accountable for the university's inaction in the affairs of the world. She suspects Jadzi as his next target. She listed many unanswered questions, including the mystery of Geordi's interest in Garrett and a detailed account of intelligence about Kithri and her activities. The final entry revolved around the cousins themselves, with her wanting assurances as to their intentions, corruptibility, vulnerability, and sympathies. One thing was clear. She believes they must play some crucial role in the end of this story. Their magical skills and the assembly of the Statera Opus are of the utmost importance. The second treasure was the Te Video, the party's first legendary item. The party slept and awoke to a morning report that added even more complexity to an already tense air. An unknown white-haired girl perpetuated the Oryx propaganda that Strixhaven leadership cared nothing for the student body's safety or well-being. An anonymous Virik also cast aspersions on Indigo, who we all but accused of supplying Kithri with an item she needed to complete the ritual. With the party under immense scrutiny, they left to regroup. The party plotted their next moves, but not before interrogating Indigo on if she did indeed supply Kithri with the selenite, and even if not, why she kept it in the first place. Indigo defended her position, claiming she wanted to keep it out of, quote, the wrong hands, end quote. MacGruber was confronted by his Auric mentor, Flint, who demanded he get a move on in his one assignment, the recruiting of Garrett Gamage to the Auric. With the party considering their next move, it's become of supreme importance to Ovi to complete his charge from the light to rescue the Chancellor, which, if successful, will remove his oppressive curse.
So what do you know about the Chancellor?
Not much. I didn't know anything about him until the day we all arrived and he was kidnapped.
I think we should have researched that.
Yeah.
But you know where the Chancellor is.
Yes. And I think... I've been thinking about this. I think we've got three options. Either charge in, guns blazing, and try to take it out. That seems very stupid. Because it's heavily fortified. Or...
This is where Bonnie steps in and is like, yeah, that's my...
Or we somehow try to stealth our way in, which seems really complicated since they have an anti-magic bubble around it. So that's going to happen. Or the third... Well, I know it's not completely surrounding it. It's the bridge.
Well, I'm going to... I will also be happy to do a recap map with you here in a second. What was the third thing you wanted to say?
The third thing...
Guns blazing, stealth attack.
Or we can try bluffing our way in and just walk in saying we're here to be recruited, right? And once we get inside, then we'll have to fight our way out. But that would be...
So this is the orc headquarters, right?
Correct. Or at least the location that they're keeping the Chancellor at. I don't know if they have more.
So we're going to run into some orc. Is what?
Oh, a lot of them. And we might even encounter the grown-up Geordie.
Hey, take it easy. Sorry.
No,
Before we go too far down this path, I wanted to do one relevant thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I don't do it now, it's going to feel really strange to interrupt everything in the end. So put a pin in this. As you are... I'd like to propose that we fast forward to dinner time the day after the attack on Quandrix. So this is like a Sunday night. And you were all there. Let's consider that you are having this conversation and whatnot.
Okay.
How have people been treating me all day?
Standoffish. The most standoffish, surprisingly, have been the artisans of Quandrix. The armor smiths, the mundane...
The ones Vieric knows.
The ones Vieric knows have been the most cautious around you. And people are... You see whispers, you see speculation. However, that's exactly what I wanted to talk about. Because at dinner time, as everyone is eating, all of a sudden the doors of the Bosun Tavern fly open. And in walks a blue dragonborn young woman dressed in plate mail, surrounded by 6 other armored folk. They step into the doorway and all attention seems to focus on them. And in a loud voice, potentially magically magnified voice, she draws a sword and points it across the room at your table. And she says, "Indigo Mountain Twirl." And she begins to approach you. The whole room goes silent watching this as they trade Jaxie and her people, who are wearing a unique and apparently brand new coat of arms here.
Put me in jail and tell me to go home, and I can't help you.
She's a student.
She processes you. The rest of the 6 kind of make a perimeter around you both. And in full view of everyone, she stands up to you and she says, "You have been accused of participating in an attack on the school. Will you consent to questioning about your involvement in front of the student body?"
You do your thing.
You can speak to me telepathically, just so you know.
Actually, no. I'll stand up and be like, "Where's your evidence?"
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Like, where is this evidence? I've just been accused. I don't...
Yeah.
I obviously helped fight this thing off and did a pretty dang good job, so...
If you are innocent, you have nothing to hide. Here, prove your innocence to all of us, lest suspicion begin to take over and corruption continue to thrive.
What corruption?
Indigo, do you know these people?
Not friendly.
So you do know them?
It's Jaxie, right?
It's Jaxie.
Oh, it is Jackson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You hear a voice kind of from the peanut gallery be like, yeah, come on, just tell us. And you hear another voice be like, what do you got to hide?
What do I
Who
have to
died
say?
and made you in charge, Jaxie?
Well, apparently no one is in charge. And left to our own devices, 11 students were slain.
Yeah, and what were you doing during that time?
I believe that we were all fighting the same enemy at the same time. However, I'm not here to question you. Indigo Mountain Twirl, do you consent to questioning about your involvement? To clear your name?
No, I don't have anything to say.
Okay. She stows her sword, and she says, students of Strixhaven, I say that this suspicion should keep us all on more guard. The Scourge of Light is here to expose that which is hidden and to draw truth out, and have made them and make ourselves available to you to resolve student conflicts, to investigate nefarious suspicions, to mediate, and if necessary to dole out corrective justice toward anyone who would oppress, subjugate, mistreat, or endanger any resident of Strixhaven campus. In the absence of leadership willing to provide this service, the Scourge of Light voluntarily makes itself available. You can always find us at the Furies, what's it called? Shit, I forgot the name. At the fighting arena on Strixhaven campus. But you have all seen today, Indigo Mountain Twirl refuses to profess her innocence. I suggest all of you take caution, lest she continue to threaten your lives again.
Pretty sure I professed my innocence. I just didn't put up with your questioning. So yeah, let the truth come out. You're just a student club.
She looks at you undaunted by your dismissal. And the offer, it sounds like she's giving you one last chance. Do you want to state your innocence and answer questions?
I've already stated my innocence. I will take no further questions.
All right, you've heard it here first. Be advised, for the safety of all of you, you can expect that Indigo Mountain Twirl will remain under observation from our group. If any of you believe she presents a danger to the rest of you, we are prepared to intervene as necessary.
And we'll be ready if you want to intervene.
I have no quarrel with you. As a matter of fact, I believe the school owes you a debt of gratitude.
I have a quarrel with you.
Believe the school owes you a debt of gratitude for your actions today and those that you saved in your bravery.
Indigo also helped with that, so you can see yourself out, please.
Said my
Or I
piece,
just go
said
eat
yours.
My spaghetti. Like, I don't.
She leaves.
As she leaves, though, I am going to telepathically message her and just say, thank you for protecting the students. Just be careful you aren't blinded by your own light.
As you see her like momentarily stop, like wondering if this is somehow threatening. Once she hears what you say, she continues walking. The rest of the group kind of follows her out. And she telepathically does send you back. She's like, I feel more confident. I am where I am supposed to be than I ever have.
Great. Good.
Let justice prevail.
I'm not going to do it. That's right.
Can we like whisper at the table and be like, okay, but like, you didn't do anything, right, Indigo?
Good night, Cece.
Right. I don't know where
Good
that
night.
cellulite came from. What's it called?
Selenite. I don't know where that cellulite came from.
Well,
Okay.
there's a thread somewhere. We just haven't found it yet.
Okay. We got you back.
I can tell. Thank you. I do worry about Jaxie being the decider of justice. But
I have a problem with her as well. We're gonna have to watch her. Fortunately, she tends to be very blunt and direct and not investigative.
Sneaky.
Right. So.
Like sirs.
Like sirs. Oh my gosh, I hate sirs so much. Okay. So this happens.
It's like such a good compliment to a DM. Create a hateable character is so much fun.
Hateable.
We hate them all, and we haven't made many allies.
It's true. It's true. Well, okay, so back to this.
So am I being extra watched now?
Yeah. Yeah, you are. And we know also that she is part of the Auric.
From
Jaxie?
Jaxie
my
is.
investigating.
Yeah. So if we do show up saying, "Hey, we're reconsidering and wanting to join," there's probably going to be some beef there. So we need to be prepared to like be very deceptive and smooth our way through.
Yeah.
Well, I do know
Or
that
like disguise self or something.
for some reason, one of their main missions is to recruit me.
You can't
Right.
change your spells as a rogue. You're
So
stuck with it.
I could be the,
I've never done
I don't know, decoy to go in and say, I'm interested.
Well, if that's the case, and like we can pick that story, but we need to do all this all together. So if
No, right, yeah.
yeah, good. I'm happy if you're willing to do that. Just be aware once we get in, grab the Chancellor. Like we are burning this bridge in the process. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm not planning on joining the Auric.
Okay.
So,
Even though you're being actively recruited?
yeah. I mean,
Well, we know some of us aren't as easily persuaded.
Yeah.
Mind influenced.
Okay.
so do we think we can just kind of like walk up to the front door then and just...
So here's the thing. The passage that I know of is a hidden
Here we go.
door in...
I'll show you.
Yeah, he's going to show us.
Say what you were going to say, because this is
What's her name?
Grimhilda's
Grimhilda's office. So we
lair, yeah.
lair. We're gonna have to go to Lorehold, go specifically somehow break into her home.
Okay, pretty stealthy.
Fair. Assuming she, I think it would be best if she was not there. Right. Wait till she's in a class. Then I can show you the door that's hidden there. I just
The
floated
door here.
through it, but it's there. And then we have to go down this big staircase, which takes us way far underground. And then we have to cross this chasm that has the anti-magic field in it. And that's when we're going to find mage hunters and the lair.
So that's where the Chancellor is?
Yeah, he is specifically in this room.
This one right here.
This one here. Yep, that's right. I remember.
If Healy doesn't know the wrong room.
And it's comfortable and secure, but that's where he's being held.
What are mage hunters? Are we going to have to fight them, or can we...
Yeah, those
You fought a mage hunter.
in one of our trials, the machine
I
thing
suppose. Oh, okay.
that was really tough. That we got small down to fight, but this is like a big one, and there's 5 of them.
There's
6,
7 of them?
7. I know it's an odd number. I thought it was 5.
How did we
Let me
kill
count.
that
Let me
mage
count.
hunter? What?
We hit it with healing spells, and it fell apart.
You're right.
Right.
There's only 5.
Yeah.
5.
You're right.
Cool, I don't have healing spells.
I do. But so like I can be the primary focus. That and
Are they...
Delta
Delta.
also has an aura of vitality that she has prepared,
That-
which will basically heal anything in an aura she creates.
right. The thing is, we kind of need also Delta to probably conjure some animal for tank shielding. Let me and her blast these things with healing spells, because if you do physical or magic damage to them, they start repairing.
Okay.
Yeah, but do we have enough healing spells to kill 7 of them? Like, that
5.
seems like...
Sorry, I
Oh,
misspoke. There are only 5.
Still.
I don't know.
Well,
That seems like a tall task. Can we sneak past them?
there were 5 out, and there were 2 recharging, so it was 7
Yeah.
in this bottom room.
Okay.
You remember seeing there
Yeah.
were 2. So that's where that. Sorry, this room down here. There were 2 charges. There are
Right.
7 total.
So maybe that we might only still have to fight 5 because maybe 2 will stay on the charger. Maybe. You don't know if we avoid things.
For what it's worth,
Yep.
Delta has some spells prepared that may or may not be useful.
Okay.
She has a polymorph spell,
Okay.
a stone shape spell, hallucinatory terrain,
Okay.
enlarge reduce,
Mm-hmm.
a charm person, and a hold person.
Okay.
All the conjuring that you mentioned, earth tremor, which knocks things prone,
Right.
pass without a trace.
I have passed without a trace as well, but I'd like to save my healing spells.
I also have polymorph and invisibility.
Okay. But the thing is, if you guys cast
Patty
poly-
also has invisibility.
Okay.
what do you have that is stealthy?
Indigo Mountain Girl.
Yeah, you go right. Here's the thing, guys. Polymorphing and invisibility are not going to help us cross the anti-magic zone.
But can it get us past these mage hunters?
Maybe, but we're going to have to stealth in, probably fight 2 of them that are essentially guarding the entrance, unless we again fake our way in. I think that's the plan. Walk down, fake our way in. Once we get in, our goal should be to get to the Chancellor's room, grab him, and start getting out.
Okay.
I don't have any teleportation ability or anything. We just...
I have misty stuff. That's all I got. Can we talk with these mage hunters? Are they like
Intelligent?
intelligent
I don't
in
think
any
so.
way?
They're machines, right?
I would let you all make history checks to remember what you learned at the Quandrix trial.
Okay. It's worth it.
19.
Ooh.
Excellent.
Mine looking good, so we'll go with yours.
Okay. Well,
Hold on one second. I gotta look
fair
at
skit. With 19, one of the things that you remember is while they are constructs, they have human brains
Ah.
that are there, which you found made them vulnerable to psychic damage. Not vulnerable, but like
Able to do-
that did not have the same effect that all of the other physical damage had
Okay.
on them. And they were susceptible to charm and fear because it was a physical brain that is being attacked as part of those spells.
Got it. Good question.
One thing that, and I will tell you one other thing you do remember from that is doing a certain amount of damage can begin to dismantle it, so it can lose big chunks of its body if it is starting to hit certain thresholds, which will slow it down and reduce its attacks. But healing spells and mending spells were the 2 kind of options available to you in the trial. And those seemed to do the most damage.
Okay. So that is the plan on fighting them. There no doubt will be students present there as well who are going to fight us probably if we walk in and grab the Chancellor and start walking out.
But
So
at
we
that point,
fight.
can
So
do
we're gonna
that.
fight the mage hunters to get into this next room, and then this next room there's gonna be students there.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, we might not have to fight the mage hunters at first, right? If we're going in and just saying, "Hey, we're here to surrender Garrett. We're interested. Let's walk." Like they'll let us in. And
Yeah.
I didn't get a good look at the Chancellor. I don't know if he's bound in magically some way, right? But there's a possibility, I guess, if we free him, he could help us get out.
Is it like a jail cell? Are we gonna have to unlock this door?
Probably, yeah. I mean,
Is it magically locked?
I think so. I don't know that I actually looked because I was just walking through walls at that time.
How are we gonna open this?
And that's where we will have to get there and make that decision. So,
What are the chances Indigo could pickpocket someone and take a key?
am pretty stealthy.
Okay. So
Who would likely have
Pretty
bad
sleight
jail
of
cell
hand.
key?
And you have proficiency in thieves' tools, don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
I did see the person who was guarding him at the time. I think it was the Minotaur guy, but I don't know who has the key. I don't have that information.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll just like keep our eyes out to see. I just don't want to spend all this time trying to pick a lock and then it's being like, it's magic.
Yep.
Like, you can't pick it.
Well, let's
Magical locks can theoretically be picked. The DC is much, much higher,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So it's not like the magic seals them shut,
Okay.
but that's
Okay.
it's magically sealed, which you don't know.
Okay.
Thieves can't.
That's the language.
Look at your proficiencies. That's on a different page. Features and proficiencies or something. Does it say thieves' tools?
Thieves tools.
Yeah. So you'll get to add your dexterity and then a +3 for your proficiency for any roll you make to pick a lock.
Cool. We got this, guys.
I believe Delta would speak up at this point and say, if we got to the Chancellor, could we polymorph him into something we could throw in a pocket and then bolt out to where it's not obvious he's been released?
That's a good idea.
And or reduce.
Yeah. Well, reduce isn't actually. It's only going to go one size.
So it's going to go from medium to small. He'll be your size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've polymorphed too.
Hattie also has invisibility, which could be cast on Indigo to make it to be kind of the one to get to the lock and give her as much time as possible to try and pick the lock.
How long does invisibility last?
10 minutes?
Okay. So here's the thing, though. Again, like whatever magic we cast, we have to cast post
It's
the
an
bump.
hour. Invisibility.
Oh, invisibility is an hour?
Yeah.
It lasts until you make an attack
Well, the
or
person
cast
who
a spell.
makes an attack.
Right.
So as long as you're not doing either of those.
So then
And
our
if it-
plan is to march down full honesty, but as soon as we get past the first two mage hunters, say this is what we're here for, somebody needs to hit Indigo with invisibility. And we go in and she can then stealthily try to pick the lock while we continue to create diversion.
Fighting, whatever.
Can she not just go in invisible? Can we not just make her invisible right now? And
No, because as soon as we hit the passageway with anti-magic, she's gonna reappear.
All enchantments will drop. So the fairies can't fly, you can't be invisible, you can't disguise. The little orange dots there, those are like floating, like magically floating pads that you jump across, but no magic can happen within this. I will say Delta's hallucinatory terrain can be cast on the other side of it, as long as she's on one side and the other. Stone shape also does not require a line of magic. It can just be cast at a point on the other side.
Well, regardless, I think we need to get down there, get through the jumpy circles and the anti-magic, and then go from there. Hopefully, we will have to bluff our way through or entertain. If they don't believe us, that's fine. We'll continue to create a scene while she's stealthily doing the business.
Oh yeah, we got this.
And what I will do, though, is I will hit you telepathically before we go down, so you can continue to talk to me telepathically. I won't be able to do that with anybody else, though.
okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. We've got to wait until we know she is in class.
Okay, sounds good.
Were you
So-
in Warhold?
Yeah.
As you wake up, get your breakfast, everyone starts to go to their Monday morning classes. MacGruber is able to confirm to you that Grimhilda is in class. And before you leave, he is able to get you a lift, which typically is only available to Lorehold students, down to a particular cavern number 1247. as the five of you begin to descend, even though you just left a sunny morning light, it gets dark very quickly. It gets cold very, very quickly. And you begin to descend into the depths. You see lanterns and kind of continuous flame, magical flames around this long, the pillar drop. You hear these giant machines called ruin grinders that are there starting to carve their way into new spaces and new caverns. One of the things you've learned is that the pillar drop is kind of magically connected to dungeons all over the multiverse. It's this weird, like, kind of backdoor entrance to a lot of places. Many of the upper levels have been explored over and over and over again and kind of well picked over. Cavern 1247, you'll remember, is not obvious and not super visible. As a matter of fact, if you hadn't gone there on purpose, it would have been very easy to miss. But as you instruct the construct to stop at that particular level, you were able to disembark onto a stony ledge and walk, it's not even 10 feet off of the ledge, to a massive, larger than most of you, massive metal door with these grommets all over it, a grotesque-looking knocker, and a keyhole.
This is it. This is her private quarters.
Okay, let's do it.
I recognize that number 1247.
Mm-hmm.
You do? I'm going to just real quick investigate for any sort of magical barriers, the things that might be on traps or alarms.
Okay, so you're just doing investigation. You're not doing anything magically to enhance this. Just investigation check.
I'm going to give myself guidance, but that's all I've got.
Perfect. You do you.
Sorry, thank you for that.
Could the V-Day Prius be here?
Plus,
Could it be? Maybe.
oh my god, 10.
It could be anywhere.
It looks fine to you. There are no runes immediately obvious.
Okay.
That doesn't mean there aren't magical protections,
Sure.
but
Good
it
luck.
looks fine.
Could be on any timeline, on any place. Okay, well, let me try to pick this lock.
I will say, for what you remember about the V-Day Prius, is who told you that? Was it Grimhilda? Who told you about the V-Day Prius and it getting locked? Oh, the Sphinx. Yeah, Dean Bectus told you it's trapped in time.
Okay.
Back with Kalema. So
Okay.
Correct.
almost 1,000 years ago.
Okay.
So no, there's very unlikely that it's here. Unless the legend is wrong.
Okay. So shall I pick the lock?
Okay?
Yes.
Okay, so I add...
So just do a dexterity check and add a +3 to it. Wait, what's your proficiency check? Is it
2.
3 or 4?
3.
Oh, is it 3? I think it's 3 now.
It is 3.
Dexterity +3. Ooh, just 12.
Just 12. As you go to pick this lock, you are able to hit the first tumbler, and as soon as you do, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Gosh, 10.
She should,
10?
she should be able to use her proficiency if she's using thieves' tools.
Right.
Okay.
Right? You added a +3 to what you rolled, and it's still 12. You take 9 points of lightning damage as a shock trap goes off that you are unable to bypass.
Ugh.
Sorry.
Indigo, I bet you were good at this.
I didn't see that.
Ooh.
If it had been under a 10, you would have maybe lost one of your thieves' tools over the ledge. So
Is
Should
the
I
door
try
unlocked?
again?
the door is not unlocked.
Okay.
Can I try?
I'm going to give you guidance this time.
Yeah, thanks.
You're going to add a d4 to whatever your
Okay,
roll
can I
is.
get an actual dice, please?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
There
I
you
need
are.
a 20.
Oh. Yeah.
So you can add up +7 to what you're rolling.
Right now.
Oh wow!
No!
As you hit the 10, your hands are just a little bit shaky. The trap goes off a second time. You take another 9 points of lightning damage.
All right, Garrett's going to give this a shot. Is it sleight of hand?
Nope. Well, it would be a dexterity check. Do you have proficiency in Thieves' Tools? Look at your features and proficiencies page. If it doesn't say it, you don't have it. So it would be just a dexterity check. And you can, I guess, take some guidance.
Thieves' Tools. Thieves' Tools.
All right, there you go.
I'll give you guidance, and you can try as well.
So you get your dexterity check +3 plus a D4 from Obi.
Okay, now you're gonna help.
Yeah. After all, that's shocking.
Why is it dexterity?
My curly hair is just like fro right now.
Just the slightest smell of burnt hair. Right.
So my dexterity +3.
Dexterity +3 plus a roll a D4 for his guidance.
All right. 15.
15. That is not enough. You take 9 points of lightning damage.
Oh my god, guys, we're so bad at this.
This is a Dean of Strixhaven's personal lair. It has to be higher than 15.
Should we go take a nap and come back?
Hold on. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about this. I'll use my Tides of Chaos if I need to. I'm going to try again. Can I have another guidance?
Yes. Boom.
I hope he's just watching you both get fried. Come on, you can do it.
Keep
You can
trying,
also give
keep
some
trying.
inspiration if you want to do more than guidance.
Maybe.
Does 17 do it?
17 will do it.
Oh my gosh.
Just as you hit that same one that you and Indigo both hit 3 times, you're like, no, that's not it. And did you use your Tides of Chaos?
No, I didn't.
You didn't? That was a straight roll?
No.
All right.
No, I mean, I just rolled better on my D4, honestly. I rolled the exact same, but instead of rolling 1, I rolled higher on my D4.
You are able to unlock it and bypass it as you open the doors into this really disturbing looking room. It's very, very cave-like, kind of unkempt. You would actually... It would make you feel something very hag-like. There are just grotesque figurines all over the place, dusty books. It's
Like
just
someone
kind of a
for some
disaster.
healing potion?
She doesn't really have a bed. She has a nest because it's this giant vulture. And it just smells musty in here. There really is no window. That's kind of just a facade there. You can make an investigation check in here if you want to see if there's anything of note.
19.
There are no potions of any kind in this room.
Don't worry when I'm going to point over to Delta when she pops her healing. Even if you're invisible, just stand in the circle around her too. Don't do it. Yeah, we got you. Sorry about that. I'm going to lead them over to the door that I know is, but also I'm assuming this is locked as well.
No, this was just a hallway. This wasn't an extra door.
Okay, so the
It
hallway
was just kind of like in the corner. Around the edge.
So we descend down these steps, circular, going down underground.
Yes. When you come out...
Are we wanting to cast any spells ahead?
No, we can't until we cross.
We were talking about there's some we can.
Well, those are like shape earth or something all the way across, right?
Those aren't going to help us.
As you look across the cavern, why don't you all make a stealth check just to see how much you can see before... you are seen.
26.
Ooh, well done.
8. Those are bad.
Nat 1. Okay.
Huge.
It's a group stealth check.
Huge fart.
Yeah.
Yes.
So loud.
I'm so tired, guys. So tired.
You get a nervous stomach when we're doing missions.
Okay, sorry.
You kick a bunch of rocks over the edge of the abyss. With a natural 1, you do see 2 sets of glowing eyes across the way that are guarding this arched entranceway.
Yep.
And they see you, and you all of a sudden see 4 sets of claws, 2 apiece, as they are watching. And when I say they're watching you, they don't really have eyes,
Okay, I'm going to
but their attention is clearly on you.
I'm going to just hold up my hands and continue walking forward down wherever we're heading, and just say, we're coming to talk, coming peacefully, coming to talk. And just continue.
So one of the things you'll remember is,
What?
Don't say we.
did you?
Oh, fair. I'm bringing him, like, specifically.
Were you the one that telepathically tried to reach out, or did someone cast a detect box at your trial? Do you remember?
Oh, that was me.
That was you.
I did Mind Spike, I think. Or
I think you just tried to deliver a telepathic message, and what you got back in return, shockingly, was a kind of humanoid but very robotic sense of kind of logical, like it was following directions.
Right.
But the fact that you could reach it meant that there was a brain
there.
right, that you were able to
Right.
communicate with.
Um,
What I mean by that is, as you are talking, you get no response
Correct.
from them.
correct. But they're also not, like, opening fire, and we're just continuing to
Well,
walk.
they didn't, to your memory, they did not have ranged attacks.
Right.
But they did have very scorpion-like bodies
Yep.
with pincers. They appear hostile. It is their directive to guard this doorway.
Right. I understand. I'm still saying we're walking that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are you launching yourself into the abyss? Like,
Um,
are you beginning to cross it?
I was planning on it. Yeah. I was continuing just to message and say,
My goal is to become invisible as soon as I cross.
They see all of you, so there's
Yeah.
no way to... What the fairies would be the first to notice is that they are unable to fly once
Right.
they enter into this space. So Hattie jumps on Chessie, who is making their way across. Delta, I think, jumps on one of your shoulders
sure.
to try and just... Because jumping for her that's a far distance for a smaller creature. When you get to the last... if you step back on land, there's a good chance you will be out of the anti-magic sphere. However, you will move into melee with both of them.
Okay.
And they have not moved at all since you began your approach.
When I get to the final one, I will also then try telepathically to one just to see if something happens and say, we're not here to fight, we're here to speak.
As you are in this anti-magic chamber, for one of the few times in your life,
Nothing
your
happens.
telepathy
That's what I
is
thought.
turned off. It is the quietest that you have ever been.
So then I'm going to try to do that, take a deep breath, and deliver that message as I step onto the ground.
And your message, can you summarize it for me one more time?
Coming in peace, just to talk. We're here in peace, just to talk. We're here in peace, just to talk.
So you're telling this telepathically to them?
As I step.
As you make that message, you hear back a directive: stop all intruders, forbid entrance to all intruders, over and over again. There doesn't seem to be an exception
Okay.
listed, and they are both going to take an attack on you. So
Okay.
if you'd like to roll initiative, everybody can do so. Actually, I've already rolled for them, so.
Well, today is not a good day for things. Let's see how this goes.
Obi,
Trade.
Garrett.
I got a 22.
23.
Okay.
I got
Oh,
an 18.
You got a what, Brian?
18.
18. Obi, what'd you get?
22.
Wow, y'all rolled exceptionally well.
This
We're here
time.
for it. We showed up.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, 23, 22, 22, 18, and 17. So you all get a chance to go before these things attack. So I will clear out a little bit more of this hallway here. What would you like to do Indigo.
I think Delta and I want to try and just run for it. I mean, I know that she needs to be where she needs to be for her aura. So I want to make sure we're still in range for that.
Okay. Moving. Garrett, Hattie.
When you say run, are you leaving?
No, like through the hall.
So,
Who's casting invisibility on you?
It doesn't matter. They already see us.
well, Hattie, the
Wait,
plan
I'm
was
confused on where we are, I guess.
Hattie's turn.
So, are we going?
If you,
Sorry,
here's what we'll do.
really-
All of you rolled higher than they did. So I will say you can figure out kind of between you how you want to take this first action, and then we'll go into to initiative. The plan was as soon as you were out of magic for Hattie to cast invisibility on Indigo and let her
Correct.
make it bold. So
Yes.
I will say that is Hattie's action is to cast invisibility on you,
Good.
and you can take your turn to do
Yes.
whatever you want to do, wherever you want to go.
Okay.
So why don't you, since you are pretty high on the list, why don't you tell me what you want to do?
We're gonna go as far as we can
Yeah.
Okay.
with Delta still being able to do her aura.
So if Delta continues to ride on your shoulder, you'll be easily seen. However, both the fairies can now fly again.
Right.
Do you want to try and stealth your way back to the back, or do you want to wait for them?
How big is
If you're asking for that, Delta can send off her aura immediately, which would be damaging to them. So let's
Yeah.
say she casts Aura of Vitality, right?
Okay.
Is that what we're doing? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm playing all the characters at the same time.
My thought was the first two are going to set off alarms. We may have to fight. We could but there's going to be tension happening there. And as soon as that happens, then yeah, you go invisible and run.
So you get 2d6 hit points from her as soon as she jumps in. You see her throw off her aura as an action. She can only restore hit points to one person within there, so she can't use it offensively against the mage hunters, but you get a bonus, and you begin to take off, right?
Yeah, as far as I can. I'm stealthy AF.
Okay, can you roll a stealth check with advantage because you can't do it with advantage because they have blind sight, and so they
I got an 18.
beautiful. Wow. I am going to say you can use your disengage action to get through them without opportunity attacks. On this turn, so that would be your cunning action, your action to move, and then your bonus action to move. Is that what you'd like to do? Or would you like to use your action to hide?
I'm invisible.
True.
So, yeah, I'm going to try to get to the Chancellor.
You go,
Good.
girl.
All right, so you can make it to here on your turn. Hattie and Chessie, who just did their action. Let's see. She
probably
did
hasn't seen it yet.
invisibility.
Probably not.
She is going to direct. She's going to use Chessie as a mount. Going to use her. I think she's going to want to try and cause some chaos as well. So actually, why don't you tell? What do you want Hattie to do?
I think
As
our
far as
plan was
is she
just
there
to
to
come in.
stay and fight these two, or to try and get in?
I know. I think our plan is, other than her, stay as united as possible and just look like we're creating chaos, trying to get in and have a conversation.
Okay, so she's going to try to go in. She will take some attacks of opportunity. Let's see. Ooh, first one is a 5 to miss, and the second one is a 4. She and Chessie are able to get by the first two and race on in.
Okay.
Delta's aura is her action. Let me see what her bonus is. Why don't y'all tell me what you want to do as I'm figuring out Delta's move.
I'm going to just immediately approach one and hit Cure Wounds.
Okay.
So we're going to do 16 points of healing damage.
Great. Great.
Wow, that's a lot.
16 points. If a spell or effect that restores hit points is cast on the hunter, it takes double force damage equal to the amount healed.
Excellent.
So that is 36 points, right? What'd you say? 12 or?
Yes. 16.
16. So 32 points
Yeah.
of damage against this one. As you do, you actually do see one of its carapace pieces completely fall off, which will take it, it will lose its extra attack because of that.
Oh, extra attack. That's fun. I forgot they did that.
Cool.
Cool.
So we're going to be down to... Got it.
That's my action. I'm going to stay with the party.
Okay.
Bonus action, I will inspire my boy Garrett. Sorry. Wow.
Thank you.
I think you're too far at this point. Sorry. Good work.
Maybe.
For Delta's bonus action, she's going to call forth her bear spirit. So, and I think she's going to do that before you leave. And so all of you get 13 temporary hit points if you are there when it is summoned.
Okay.
And while you are within 30 feet of her, you have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
13.
And then I think she is going to try to fly in here. Again, she's going to have to take some opportunity attacks. Ooh, wow. For 11. The first one misses. The second one does hit as she goes through. Ooh, wow. 16 plus 4. 20 points of slashing damage to Delta.
Dang it.
All right, Garrett, you have not gone yet. What would you like to do? And then we're going to get back into initiative here.
Can I talk amongst the party since this was like a we all went before they did?
Within reason.
I'm between two things. Do I just go invisible, or I can try like a hypnotic pattern and just like incapacitate them? But I'm not confident that they can actually see.
Yeah. I'd say go stealthy.
Okay. I'm going to cast invisibility on myself then.
So you would know if you want, if just referencing hypnotic pattern, they are vulnerable to charm and fear because they do have a brain, and that's what hypnotic pattern does.
Right, but they need to see the pattern.
Ooh, they have to see the pattern to make the wisdom saving throw. Ooh, that's a good point. And I just said that they didn't have eyes, so I think that's fair.
Right.
All right,
That
so
was
you
my-
go invisible. If you would like to move, you can make a stealth check. All right, just make a stealth check to get through here.
Okay.
And actually, opportunity attacks have to be able to see.
It is a dirty 20.
Okay. You make it through without drawing attention to yourself, which leaves Ovi facing down to Mage Hunters. It is now their turn.
Yep.
And they are going to attack. So Obi, these two are going to attack you.
It's fine.
However, they are not... Oh, I just... That's a good question. How did I do this last time? To be consistent. This Delta did get hit by this one. The tail went after her. She failed her dexterity saving throws, so she took damage, and she is now captured in the tail of this. She is considered grappled.
Okay,
here.
thank you.
All right. Ovi, this one's going to go after you. It is not trying to attack you with its claws. It is trying to grapple you with its tail for a 15 to hit.
That hits.
For 15 points of piercing damage. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, sorry. 15. And dex save. Action. Nope, not under actions. That's abilities at the beginning. Dex save. Okay. I failed. 4.
Okay. You are also considered grappled by this creature.
Okay.
This one saw Hattie go through, whoa, and is going to try and do a tail attack. That does hit for 12 points of damage to Hattie, who saves her with her dex save. So she is not grappled, but she does take the, 20 points of damage.
20 points.
This one is going to do a perception check. You see, now that noise is kind of happening, from your invisible state, you see this thing kind of retract its claws, kind of cock its head a little bit, and then this light kind of from its kind of lower part of its neck goes boom. And you saw this happen in your trial. It is sending basically a detect creature kind of field where it can't see you. It has a magical way to try and sense you. But it still has to pass your stealth check. So if you could make a stealth check for me, I'm going to contest it with a perception check. 26. Yes. You do not get this. It does not register anything visible that it has detected. So we'll see what happens on its next turn. You are also the first to hear, for the first time, some voices. They are not alarmed yet, but you hear them like, "What was that?" And you hear this kind of deep feminine voice kind of a little bit farther into the other side of the room be like, "Is someone here?" That's all you hear. We're back to the top. It is your turn.
I'm going to try to sneakily get to the
Okay. Make another stealth check for me.
Is that not stealthy enough? 14.
14?
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, yay, 14.
Okay. You are able to make it to the door here. As you come in, you see a mage hunter standing sentry here, kind of in front of the door. Jeez. And you see a minotaur here. What's his perception? He does not sense you. And as you went by, out of the corner of your eye, you saw a giant, kind of a stone giant Goliath woman over here, all working.
Okay.
As you traveled, this would have been your kind of movement and action to go at half speed stealthily over to here. So you've made it to the door that Ovi told you is where the Chancellor is.
Okay.
Make
That's
sense?
my bonus action to go ahead and open it.
Okay, well, you have to use your action to pick the lock. There is clearly a lock there.
Yay, electrocution! Here we go!
Okay. It is Delta's turn. She is...
Gonna conjure?
She is going to use her... I don't know how this spell works. Aura Vitality. She can use a bonus action to cause one creature in the aura to regain hit points. She's going to hit the creature and try to get it to drop her.
Fair. Smart.
Since it automatically hits because it's a healing spell. Let's see what she... 5 points of damage. I'm going to see what her...
Which should be doubled.
Right, which is 10 points of damage, which is enough to break off. It's enough to break the grapple. The tail doesn't fall off, but she is able to drop. That was her bonus action. She is going to. What level are you all? You're level 8.
Yes.
She is going to wild shape into a bigger creature. D&D
Dragon.
Beast CR8.
Just see if it's on the list. It could be on the list.
Sure. Should be.
Let's see. I don't want monstrosities. Let's see. Is there an easy way to find? Are there any CR8 beasts that are not dinosaurs? Why can't she be a
Why
dinosaur?
couldn't it be a dinosaur?
Well, she has to have seen it, right?
She's seen one. I'm sure she's
I mean,
seen
that's
She's a
seen
fairy.
one. She's a fairy
She was
at
on
Strixhaven.
That's right.
On Witherblue. She has to have seen them.
Let's see. I'm going to come up with what she does because she's used everything else. So
Okay.
she's just transforming. She's going to stand her ground, though, in this new form and try to face off with the Mage Hunter to keep it from moving farther into. So she's going to play some defense here. Oh, actually, she had advantages on strength saving throws
Okay.
because she's got the
The
bear.
bear.
The bear on. She still failed.
Okay.
5, 5, and 6.
Okay.
So it is now Ovi's turn.
How tall are these ceilings?
They are not as tall as you'd think. They're only maybe 15, 20 feet high.
Okay, good.
Dungeon.
But the mage hunters themselves are about 20 feet tall.
That's fine.
15, 20 feet tall.
So, bonus action, 3 songbirds are going to burst out from my coat, whatever. 1 is going to fly up to the ceiling above Delta and,
Hattie Garrett.
yeah,
Justin.
yeah. The second one, if we can get on the wall-ish close to Hattie, like the Hattie and Garrett situation. And then I think the third will just be straight line down over here. Okay? That's bonus action.
Okay. Do you want me to put those on the map, or do you want to remember?
No, I know where they're at.
Okay.
If that's okay. I'm just-
How does a huge giant crab sound?
yeah.
Either that or a giant ape.
A
A huge crab has a grappling maneuver,
Right.
which I feel like would be very attractive
right now. Yeah.
Okay. She's a
Great.
giant crab,
She's a giant crab
and she's enormous.
with red hair, maybe. Can we do that?
Whoa, 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 whoa! Don't look.
Okay.
Okay, giant crab. She's as huge as the mage hunter is here.
Boom.
All right, you send out songbirds.
Songbirds as my bonus action, and then I guess action I'm going to hit the one that's still grappling me with another spell. We'll do another second level. Why not? Come on. That is 20 points of healing.
That's before it's doubled.
That is before it's doubled.
Shit, 40 points of healing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Yeah.
This thing loses loses its tail,
Yeah.
and I'm going to say it absolutely drops you at that
Perfect.
point. You see it starting to get dismantled.
Mm-hmm.
It is. If you did that again, you'd kill it.
Okay.
To be record. So you've done about a third of its damage both times that you've done that.
Okay.
But you are now on the ground. Your songbirds are in the air.
I am then going to run up the wall south, just heading
Okay.
closer.
It does not have anything to attack you with an opportunity attack.
Okay.
With.
So hopefully I'm on the ceiling-ish there.
Okay.
And that's my bonus action turn. Move.
Great. I'm going to say you can make it kind of to this corner here, hanging upside down on the ceiling.
Perfect.
Garrett, your turn.
I think I'm just going to try to stealthily work my way through.
Okay. Can you make a stealth check for me?
Yep. 22.
Beautiful. Yeah, there will natural one. So you're able to use your action and your movement. You're able to get about here
Okay.
or so, and you still have a bonus action if you use your action and movement to do that.
Do I see one of the other guys here?
You see the mage hunter right in front of you. You are not in any line of sight to anybody else. But you are also hearing now that there are clearly two figures that are aware that something is going on now. There's a lot of noise that's happening at the front of the cavern that they clearly weren't prepared for.
Okay, I'm going to stay put right there.
Okay.
Or wait, no, let me dash, and I just want to go on the other side of this.
Well, this was with your dash because you're
Oh,
traveling
that was with
stealthily.
yeah, sorry.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, never mind. Then yeah, I'm going to stay put.
Okay.
Good call.
It is Hattie and Chessie's turn. That's concentration. Let's see. Come on, let's do something fun. Okay, let's do this. God, I've got too many pages open. Here we go. All right, she's going to pull out an arrow, and she is going to fire it at... She is going to fire it in a way that is not intended to do damage to it. But she is going to use her bonus action to cast an ensnaring strike on the creature itself. Which... What does she get for that? +8. She absolutely hits it. You see that it does no damage, but with ensnaring strike... Sorry, I'm not marking off these spells very well. Oh, it's technically concentration. Those like... I think that's stupid. Next time you hit a creature, a writhing mass of thorny vines appears at the point of impact, and the target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the vines until the spell ends. A larger creature has advantage on the saving throw. The target succeeds, the vines shrivel away. That's not good. That one does get
His
it.
advantage.
That advantage made all
Wait,
the
silvery
difference.
barbs.
Can you? Yeah, you can see what's going on.
Okay.
Yep. That made the difference. So this one is considered restrained from thorny vines, which are not doing technically damage to it. It is considered restrained, which means its speed is 0, and it has disadvantage on all attacks while it is there. And since it has no ranged attacks, they're going to take away and race down there. They're actually going to get a little bit farther.
I'm going to give them the advantage then.
Beautiful.
Hattie and Chessie, whatever.
Okay. So let me make it. They have advantage moving forward. And actually, I forget. Chessie has kind of a standing. Wait, she can use a bonus action with her companion to dash. So I think they can actually make it all the way over here.
Are they invisible?
They are not. And actually, they do take a swipe from this mage hunter here for 15 points of damage.
How'd they look at it? Rough?
They do succeed on their dexterity save again. Not quite half. I mean, more than half left. More than half left.
Okay.
But they are kind of waiting here, taking some cover from the two mages that they can see.
Okay.
That was Hattie's turn. Now it is the mage's turn. You see them come up here. Let's see. She is going to... So you see this... Sorry, I have so many pages open here. As she comes around, she's going to spend all her movement. You see out of her arm, almost as if this was like in the center of her body, this like bulge go down her shoulder, down her bicep, and kind of materialize as this rock in her hand. and she's going to softball it at Hattie and Chessie. For a natural 2, she does not succeed, but she has made eye contact. Drasimir, following her lead, is going to head this way. And tell him to guard. He's going to tell the Mage Hunter to guard the cell. So you see the Mage Hunter coming towards you to block the door as you edge out of its way. But it is right in front of the door.
But I could probably reach around and get the lock.
We'll stealth hand it, huh?
Yeah.
What's it, sleight of hand it?
Sleight of hand while you're invisible to be like...
Okay. Those are the mages. Drasimir is going to hold his turn until he can see an enemy, which takes us back to the top with Indigo.
I would like to try and unlock this.
All right. If you would like to make a check with your thieves' tools, you can. Do you have proficiency in that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good enough because that's the same as your dexterity plus your proficiency. So yeah, just make a sleight of hand roll. 15. The door unlocks. This is far less guarded. You get the sense that this is more about keeping him in than stopping people from getting in. The lock is probably only on this side. It'd be unpickable from the inside. So the door is unlocked.
Nicely done.
Do you want to open the door? You do?
Is it gonna alert the guard?
Yeah. But I'd rather have go ahead and do it.
Okay. So if you, what you can do just mechanically, you did your action, you open the door. You can go inside with your movement and use your bonus action to disengage and shut the door behind you if you want.
No, I don't want to shut the door.
Or, great. But he won't get an opportunity attack for you entering the room. That's what I'm saying. Okay? As you enter the room, you do see this stately dragonborn man. He is sitting in this really, for a cell, it's surprisingly neat. It's surprisingly comfortable. There's a bed in there. There's a writing desk. And you see him at the desk just writing in his journal. And as soon as you walk in, he smiles. And in this deep voice that you've heard once before, he goes, "Well, to what do I owe the pleasure? Welcome. I assume that you are a student here at Strixhaven?"
Is she still invisible?
Oh, you are invisible. The door opened. You're right. Had you said anything?
I thought maybe he could see me.
That's what I
No,
thought too.
sorry. You're absolutely. However, he rolled a high perception check. So let's just say he goes, "Hello?"
Hey, I'm Indigo Mountain Twirl. I'm a student here at Strixhaven. I'm here to get you out. Let's go.
Well, Indigo, thank you so much for coming to see me this afternoon. I don't get many visitors these days. I'm still so new here, trying to get my ways out. You're welcome to reveal yourself if you'd like a consultation, or do you have a question about an assignment?
Oh, well, help. These mage hands are trying to get us. What are they called?
Mage hunters.
Mage hunters are trying to get us.
Oh, dear girl, the mage hunters. I'm not familiar with that term. Or do you feel like you're in danger?
His mind's gone.
He brings.
Chancellor, what's your name? You're
Oh.
imprisoned.
Chancellor, you are too kind. I'm Professor Ildrix Kimbatul. I know it's my first week. I haven't met anybody here yet.
Professor, help us. We have to get out of here.
Get out of where? Out of my office?
This dungeon. We're being attacked. Look outside.
Oh, dear girl, this is Strixhaven. I'm sure you're perfectly safe. You say there's trouble just outside that door?
Yeah.
Oh,
Help us.
please, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
You're going to be okay. He stands up. You see, he seems to be clean. He seems to be dressed in his clothes. You don't see any really paraphernalia or any evidence. You know that magic users typically have to have some kind of wand, focus, amulet, crystal, something like that. You don't see anything visible, no necklaces, no jewelry, all this stuff. But he does follow you out, and you encounter the back of the Mage Hunter. That was a long turn, so we're going to go to Delta at this point.
Yes. Gosh. Remember, we're
Delta, as her crab, in her crab form, is going to do a shove attack and try and push the Mage Hunter off the cliff. Oh, massive success, contested by a natural 1. She is able to push this thing in her crab form over and down the... stop it. Down the abyss. And it disappears.
I would like to imagine when she did... Sorry, that she does this similar yell when she took out the Avatar of Death, except in her crab form, it's like...
Seeing you on the ceiling, I think her plan will be to work on your escape route. So she begins to approach this one. How many attacks does a crab get? It's just the one, but it's a pretty good attack.
Okay.
Wow. +9 to hit, 4d10
Good grief.
damage.
Well, and that one has no attacks, so she's safe there.
Right. It's not going to attack her. But she's going to guard. And did you take any damage?
Yeah.
Okay. You can take her aura.
Okay.
You can get 2d6 healing
Okay.
if you want to roll it or whatever.
Oh, plenty. Good. 8.
All right. Ovi, it's your turn.
Okay, so start of my turn, I'm going to actually materialize on this side of the wall next to my songbird.
Okay.
And then I'm going to run down to this corner so I can just see that old boy, Mage Hunter.
Okay.
And telepathically, I'm going to reach to his mind and say, aren't you a sharp little bag of bolts? And he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Let's see, wisdom. Okay. Natural 20.
Okay.
What'd you do? Mockery?
Antagonize. On a successful save, you only take half as much psychic damage. Well, that's unfortunate. That could have been really helpful for us. So, damn it.
This is number 4.
I'm so mad about that.
Sorry.
That's okay.
If it wasn't a natural 20, I might have fudged it.
And I just rolled 3 1s, so...
Shit. You need to roll dice. Roll dice.
It's okay. So that was 10 points of psychic damage, so 5. He takes 5 points.
Okay. You do see it visibly recoil as it does take that damage because it's you get the 5 back because it is vulnerable to psychic damage.
If it had not saved, it would then been forced to make an attack against someone of my choice.
Got it. So it's just taking the damage.
Yep, half damage, right? Whatever. So there you
half damage, then the vulnerability and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
All right.
So that is his turn. Bonus action. I am going to from there. I'm going to. I can't see Hattie or Indigo. She's in the room. I'm going to give...
I will let you make a perception check as your bonus action if you want to see what you can see down the hallway.
Well, if that takes my bonus action, then I can't do anything. So
sorry.
Fine. I'll just hit Delta with...
Hattie already has some inspiration from you. Delta is back at the beginning.
Garrett, do you have inspiration?
He's invisible.
I did, yeah.
Oh.
No, you gave me some.
Okay, then I will give it to myself.
Okay. You can do this.
I got this.
I got this.
I think I can.
I don't think I can inspire myself, actually.
I don't think you can either.
That's fine. I cannot. So that's my turn.
All right, Garrett, your turn.
All right, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to try to cast Hypnotic Pattern on these two guys.
It's an area of effect, so I think you might hit all 3 of them, right? Or is it one?
Well, I mean, I think we
it's
agreed
a
that those things
30-foot
can't
cube.
see.
Huh?
we agreed that those monsters can't see, so it won't affect them.
Right, so you're doing it on the mages. Now, if you cast a
Correct.
spell, you drop invisibility.
I know.
Okay, so they both need to make, I'm going to say
Wisdom saving throws.
wisdom saving throws.
Come on.
Ooh, those are terrible rolls.
Yes.
Minotaur gets a 10, and Stone Giant
fails.
gets a 4.
Fails. They both failed. So they are charmed, incapacitated, cannot move for a minute.
Each creature in the area who sees the pattern must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. By charmed by the spell, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0. It ends if it takes any damage or if someone else uses an action to shake the creature out of its stupor.
Correct.
Wow!
Well
You
done!
Oh.
Let's go.
All right, you want to move? There is a mage hunter right in your face.
There
that
is,
can
and I'm
now
no longer
see you.
invisible. Is it, am I in melee with it?
No. You're 10 feet
Okay.
away.
I am going to stealthily back up then.
Okay? Back up, and you'll hang out
And I
here.
would like to kind of hide.
I got you.
So hiding technically takes an action to do. But I will let you go kind of back around the, kind of out of sight here.
Perfect.
Remind me what's happening with this guy at
He's
the bottom?
entangled with
Oh, he's entangled.
Hattie's.
Good. Okay.
Thorns
Yes.
that aren't doing damage.
Okay. Then I would like to end my turn there.
Okay.
Okay. Beautifully, beautifully done.
Well done.
Let's see.
Doesn't Hattie have polymorph? Who has polymorph?
Delta has polymorph.
I have polymorph, I know.
I
yeah.
think you too. That's it.
But Hattie has invisibility, right? Can't she make her and Jesse invisible?
She can't
I
do
feel like
Chessie.
there's-
She's already concentrating on Indigo being invisible. So she can't cast it again. What she can do
Okay.
is go up to this Mage Hunter and cast Enlarge Reduce,
Great.
which I think was a trick she had tried last time as well. What kind of save do they have to make for that? A Constitution saving throw?
Oh.
Wow! Wow, wow, wow! A natural 7. Let me see what its Constitution is. +3. So it fails. You see this giant Mage Hunter shrink in size so that it is the same height as the Chancellor. And I think Hattie and Chessie are going to come around here to see what's going on, and they also see the Chancellor,
Okay.
who I'm going to have go on your turn, which was a long turn. So I'm imagining you're still kind of at the very tail end of that conversation of come out with me. It is, so this hypnotic pattern, if I'm reading this right, they do not get to try and save again.
They don't.
It has to take
It has-
damage or someone uses it to shake the creature out of its stupor.
Okay.
And it
Yep.
can't redo the save for a minute. Oh my god.
You took 2 people
Right.
out.
You
Well
guys-
done. We
wow.
still got a lot here. We still got a lot here.
I'm going to say that Hattie at the end of her turn says, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. And as soon as she sees that, she begins to kind of lead the charge for you. For the Chancellor, she can see who she assumes is with you, and begins to make her way back this way to try and clear a path to the exit. Since she cast a spell... when she does that, you lose invisibility,
Okay.
which could work to your favor.
Yeah, that's fine.
Its decision's been made. And she's going to begin to go this way. She can use her bonus action to tell Chessie to dodge the Mage Hunter. You know what? Why wouldn't she try and draw them away? That seems like it would make more sense. I think she's going to come over here and try make a performance check to try and draw the Mage Hunter, who is now, she would be the one enemy in line of sight. All right, we'll see what he does.
But she's the one who has the most damage.
Right.
I don't want her to die, and then we have to go back and get her.
Right.
Okay, would you rather her make her bolt for the...
I think that's what she would do.
Honestly, kind of, yeah.
Okay, then I'll let her
I
run.
don't want her to be the decoy. She's closest to death.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
And
I'll
she
let
came
her-
closest to the healer, which is exactly what she should be doing.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to say she's made it here, trying to clear a path. They went. Now it's the Mage Hunter's turn. This one who is going to take a swipe at you. But again, with only its tail. What in the world am I rolling? +4 to 4 plus 9, 13 plus 7 to hit, so 11 to hit. It does not make a second attack because it's small. Can you make who has the most charisma? Who would have you have the passive insight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, your passive insight is so high that I'm going to give you this for free.
Okay.
These Mage Hunters, you know that they are capable of doing a lot of damage, and a lot of damage very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They are not using their primary weapons against any of you.
Interesting.
Yet.
There is some directive they have
Uh-huh.
that is forbidding them to seriously injure
Good
you
to know.
all.
Okay. They're still obviously trying to stop us.
And you are getting hurt in the process, but
Yeah.
none of them have done the kind of damage they could have done.
Interesting.
I
Okay.
want you to that's what I want you to get from this.
Noted.
So let's see. That was this guy. This guy is going to run around and take a swipe at Garrett. As you are, I'm gonna just for narrative's sake, because I think this is interesting. You see its tail come around the corner, and because you were the one that just cast the spell, make a scorpion attack at you. It stops right in front of your face and recoils, and instead makes an attack against Hattie.
Because it wants him to be in the Auric.
For a 14 to hit. What's her armor class? 14 does hit.
Damn it. I got her.
So that is, wow, another 21 points of damage.
She's got to be done.
Nope. She's still got, this time she does fail her dexterity save. So she is now grappled by the creature.
Damn it.
This one is going to try to make a strength save to get out of the entangle. Fails miserably with a natural 3.
Okay.
What in the world? This one has no attacks left to go after Delta. And so you see it kind of instinctively starting to try and repair itself, but it could not possibly do so in the speed that you were talking about. I cannot believe you took out the mages. That's crazy.
Yeah.
This is why I needed you, buddy. You and you, for sure. Pick the locks. Get in. Destroy the things.
With all of this commotion, a hooded figure comes out of this room.
No.
And is going to see Indigo, a miniaturized Mage Hunter, and the Chancellor both
Damn, I thought we were good to
standing
go.
there. You do see the hood is pulled up. It's darkness on the inside.
Does it look like the same hood that appeared at his kidnapping?
No.
Okay.
You aren't there, though,
Thank you. Thank
to
you.
notice that.
Yep. Thank you.
Hang on a sec. I did not pull up his stats for some reason.
You didn't think we'd make it this far.
Dead. for sure did.
It's more likely that I was just unprepared here. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's what he would do. He's going to cast Vortex Warp on the Chancellor, who I've for some reason not put on this board here, but I should have. The Chancellor seems to not either notice or not care or not be able to defend himself in some way, and the Chancellor ends up behind him here, appears behind him as the figure turns and looks back at you, Indigo.
The Chancellor's looking at me?
No, the hooded figure is looking at you. Who does not look, while the person still has the hood, this is not the same person that kidnapped the Chancellor. Okay? It is your turn, though. What would you like to do?
Well, probably something different now. Probably throw my javelin at it.
Okay?
Nice.
All right. So you throw your javelin. It hits in the middle here, and let's be reminded what that does. You get to make like an attack against everything in the vicinity, right?
That I want, yeah.
Can that technically be a sneak attack because an ally is within melee?
I think it's a save.
Don't forget those gloves I got.
Yeah.
Each creature of your choice must make a DC 14 Dexterity saving throw. What'd you say?
I said don't forget the gloves.
That's for spells, but okay.
The what?
You're throwing
for
the javelin.
sneak attack.
It does
for sneak
yeah.
attack, yeah. He fails his Dexterity saving throw. The Mage Hunter fails its Dexterity saving throw. So you can roll your damage.
Okay, let's see what type it is. 3. So we got some lightning damage coming at ya. That'll be
2d10.
2d10s.
There you go, some 10s.
Yeah, because I don't know how this out before.
Well, it's better than my die. Good grief.
9.
9 points of damage as you send this bolt of electricity through this creature. What would you like to do next? That's just your action.
So what is the Chancellor thinking?
He's obviously confused. He thinks he's just a professor. He doesn't recognize. He thinks this is his
And why
ordinary
is he with the
office.
hooded figure?
Because he got teleported away from you to him. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well first of all, I've got really good passive investigation. Would I have seen anything in the office?
In his cell,
Yeah.
it was very comfortable, but there was nothing useful. And I mean, you can see what you see if you want to go back in and rate it for anything.
Mm-mm.
I mean, he was clearly not given anything that could aid him in any way.
I want to go stand in between the hooded figure and the centaur.
So around here. Okay, you're face to face.
Minotaur.
Oh, the Minotaur. Like over here?
In between them to like stop them from getting shaken, woken up, you know?
Like here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The mage, unless you use your bonus action to disengage, it'll get an opportunity attack against you. Do you care?
Sure, I'll disengage.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Anything else you want to do?
Yeah, I would like to teleport us all out there, but I can't do that.
Well, you can do that. You have a special item you won in one of your trials.
What can you do? What can you do?
Do you remember the wording of it?
Mm-hmm. Any place, anywhere. Anyone. So I'm gonna go to the Chancellor and we're gonna teleport out.
Get him out. Yes. Yes. Yes.
You're going to use your ticket, huh?
Yeah, you guys freaking owe me. You freaking owe me.
Fair.
I don't remember what this item is. What is this?
I don't either.
Can I get out of trial?
It has to be anyone within 10 feet of you can go with you.
Could I have just run to him instead then?
Yes, you could have.
Okay, then let's go.
You and the Chancellor disappear. Where do you teleport to?
Wow.
Teleport is a very powerful spell, but it does have to be somewhere that you have some familiarity with. Otherwise, it could be very random.
Helenestra's office.
How does extra dimensional?
I didn't really mean the extra dimensional one. Does she have a?
Oh, you mean like the one in Taurus that you went and saw her at? Done. You and the Chancellor appear in her office in Quandrix. Now, she's still in the medical. She's in the medical office, right?
But I've got her little thing, so we could just go in
Great.
to sneak, to hide.
Okay. Yes! Wow. Point of inspiration. And I'm so proud of you for using an item that you got. Awesome.
Okay, have fun.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay,
Am I
it is Delta's turn and then Ovi.
Okay.
Delta's going to throw this one over, which really doesn't have a chance.
Yep.
So bye-bye this Mage Hunter. And then kind of wait to actually push it out and then come here to see if there's, like, she'll let you all run past and see what you all need to do.
Okay.
Ovi's turn.
I know Hattie is hurting, but I'm going to try hitting the Mage Hunter that's holding her in the air.
Okay.
So we're going to do Healing Word 4th level.
Oh, shit.
Because we gotta do this. So
Well, it automatically hits. So what kind of damage are we talking about?
only 15 healing, so that's 30.
That's 30. That's enough to get her to drop Hattie. And 30 was the threshold to lose a body part. So it begins to fall. What else would you like to do? That's a bonus action spell, right?
No.
Healing Word?
Yeah, Healing Word is a bonus action. Then did I say Healing Word or no? Not Healing Word. I cast Cure Wounds. Is that what I did?
Here's what I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, I did Cure Wounds.
As you are speaking this spell, right before you cast it, all of a sudden the strength that you remember that you have lost, that has been weighing you down, all of a sudden light, and Hattie and Garrett both see this. You see your entire body just go and start shining ever so briefly with light as your curse is lifted.
Boom. So I hit that for 10.
You know the Chancellor is safe.
It's safe. Let's get out of here. Boom. And I am going to start booking it with all my movement toward the door.
Okay? This has disadvantage on an opportunity attack against you. Ooh, 16 and a 19.
I get hit.
It is going to... that's 15 points of piercing damage. I also need you to make a dexterity saving throw to see if it does get you.
Okay, but now I don't have disadvantage on everything. And still rolled an 8, so yeah.
Okay, so it while it is still covered in binds, it is still able to get you.
Okay.
But everyone has heard your directives. Why
was that not a stealth roll? Or did you fail your stealth?
He didn't try to run stealthy. He just said GTFO.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Garrett, it's your turn.
Hattie's no longer
Yep, she's freed.
grappled. Can I don't know, can I pull her out of melee?
Yeah, you can.
Because I know it's not going to attack me.
Yes, you can, and it lets you. Now, you only go half speed for that, but you have her out of melee.
I assume that's my action, right?
No, I'll let that be your movement. So you could
Okay.
use your action to dash and continue running.
Yeah.
You could use your bonus action to Misty Step. You could do anything you want.
Actually, yeah. Why don't I Misty Step?
Do it.
Sorry, did I just give you, coach you to...
No, I mean, because I was going to ask if I could stealthily dash, but yeah, I'll just Misty Step.
All right, so where are you Misty Stepping to?
Pretty much just to the entrance. I want to, wait for people. I don't want to, leave, but...
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, you still have an action. Is there anything you want to do? You can cast a cantrip, because you already cast Misty Step, if you want to. Otherwise, you can just wait.
No, I'll just wait.
Okay, sounds good. It is Hattie's turn. She and Chessie are making a mad dash for it. Chessie's going to disengage and miss that, and is going to join you out here. These guys are still under your hypnotic, and I can't do anything about it. And it's not his turn yet. So Mage Hunters cannot really run that fast. This one will make it down, but is blocked by this thing that's in the middle. And it's not going to attack Obi any more than he's already restrained. This one is not going to make any hostile move since you are restrained. It is not going to try and do anything else to harm you. What it appears to want to do is capture you.
Sure.
And so you are still restrained by that thing that is not intending you any more harm.
Okay. Can't believe it.
I think he is going to not engage, seeing that the Chancellor just left, so we don't really know what's going on over there anymore because no one's there to see it.
Okay.
But you do not see anything necessarily there. So Indigo, we're back to you. You are gone. Sorry, just kidding. Delta is going to make an attack against this guy to try and get him to... She's going to do a contested grapple to try and rip you out of its tail. So this was Crab. This was it.
Oil.
So she is able to pull you out of its grasp and carries you crab style away from it. Given that all of you now could simply run back across, we're going to come out of initiative. Whew. And you arrive back in the darkened hallway and make your way back as quickly as you can out of harm's way. Delta and Hattie, though, who do not see the Chancellor or Indigo, are very alarmed that they are leaving them behind.
I'm explaining as we go. By the way, Hattie just got healed for 17 HP.
Beautiful. Okay.
Telepathically, I'm checking in with you. Are you safe where you're at? We're coming to you.
You can do that anywhere as long as you made the connection?
I have to
awesome.
see them to make it, but once we have the link open,
it's anywhere.
I believe so. I should double check that again.
All right. Hattie's also going to take the healing from how many did you give her?
17.
Okay.
Oh, you can meet me in Palinistra's office.
Good work. That was awesome. We're going to Palinistra's office, everybody.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
Delta's just staring you in the eyes.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's going on? As you
Thank you.
as you all regroup on top of this thing and give the signal for it to begin to push you up, trying to close Grimhilda's door behind you, make it look like you were never there, you begin to ascend again, and the sounds around you come back to this mundane working. Tools on rock, cold, dark, quiet. And the five of you sit there and look at each other. Do you want to explain any more as you're ascending, or is
Your
it
curse better?
don't talk?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, it's not the five of you, I guess. Well, Chessie.
Definitely gone. I'm back to being me now.
Garrett, you would see Ovi looks remarkably better. Where he's had dark circles under his eyes and a slump in his shoulders, he looks strong and healthy again, and kind of the guy you originally met. Something is notably better.
I put my hand on his shoulder. I was like, "You good?"
Yes, we did, guys. You came through. We did it. We did it.
Yeah.
When we ascend the top of the stairs, is it still class time? Is she back?
It is still class time.
Good.
You really have not even been in there probably half an hour at this point.
Okay.
So as you get through, it's kind of mid-morning by the time you finally make your way up. You grab a carriage. You begin to make your way back to Quandrix campus, where you enter Taurus, and where the world seems to be going about its normal everyday business.
We need to get the Chancellor to the healing.
Do you remember?
Right. Because at least everybody else will recognize who he is, and they can figure out if this is a curse or a mind thing or whatever.
Well, actually, did it break though once we left? Like, is he still that way?
Nothing appears to have changed.
Okay.
He's
He's
like,
still
wow. What was that?
Are we all there now?
Actually, when you all arrive at the entrance of Taurus, the humanoid avatar of Taurus meets you at the front door and looks at all of you and says, "Come with me."
Okay.
And leads you without any fanfare or distraction all the way to Pelinistra's office, opens the door, ushers you all in, closes the door behind you, and you hear it kind of safely. Well, I'm not going to say he locks you in. I don't want you to get alarmed by this.
Yeah.
He knows
Secures you.
he knows that you are in Pelinistra's office. You are inside the interdimensional office, right? Which is a shimmering doorway that is standing there. And as you all enter, you enter that kind of very simple monk-like room that she has. And there you see Indigo and Ildrix Kimbatul just sitting there with a kind of pleasant look on his face.
So do we trust the people at the hospital?
I mean, we had to for Pelinistra.
Okay.
Not saying that we shouldn't keep an eye on there, but whatever's happening here, we don't know.
All right, let's take them to the hospital.
Please, you seem to be speaking as if I'm mortally injured. Several of you are much more hurt. I don't know what kind of homework assignment you were given for this, but I'm happy to speak
Escort us
to the
hospital.
professor. I'm fine.
Will you
I'm a
escort
student.
us?
Well, I escort you.
Yeah.
Sure, I would be happy to do so.
Thank you.
I give you a high
please
five.
come with me. And he kind of realizes, like, oh yeah, I'm kind of in charge here. All right. You see him kind of make his way to the door and kind of look his way out. As soon as he exits Pelinistra's office with the five of you in tow, all of a sudden the first student begins to recognize what has happened. He's like, oh my God, the Chancellor. You start to, the Chancellor's back. The Chancellor's back. And you start to hear all of these voices of this kind of silent disbelief, and you start to hear people start excitedly talking. And right about that time, he walks out on the balcony of this stairway leading down to, in a room full of students and professors stop in awe and see you all surrounding the Chancellor. And after a moment of silence, these cheers go up in the air.
and I'm like, oh, look at me, the good guy
Yes,
again.
right. Like we are
I
all
was
like
gonna
sort
say,
of.
tonight
You're in
we're
the
gonna be like,
front, like we're trying to put you in, like walking with him, and the rest of us as your flank guards around.
does anyone have prestidigitation?
Oh, of course, right?
Okay,
Like little fireworks.
Can you like make a sound out of the audience? Be like, Indigo, save the Chancellor!
Right. Actually, a minor illusion too. So like we can be popping up like, no way, they did it. Indigo and her
Right.
team.
We shouldn't trust Barrick.
Jaxie doesn't know
Here
what
it
she's
sucks!
talking about.
Indigo's the best!
The chancellor is rushed by students and staff to welcome him, and they start bombarding him with questions, and he's
Please,
like,
please, we need to get
students, thank you so much for your concern. It's so nice to be welcomed back. Please, I must escort these incredible students for medical. He just kind of like very diplomatically, but you can tell there's something about him that is not carrying that same air of authority that you knew from him. Everything you're hearing him say, he sounds like this is his second day on the job.
Yeah.
But you do get a carriage which does take you to the medical wing, and that's where we will pick up next session.
Would this make me think this is a him from a different timeline? Or more of a memory thing?
Oh, good question.
I'll give you this for free because you have such high investigation and you're looking for details. He does not look younger. There's no evidence that he's in the same clothes that he was kidnapped in. His age looks about the same. There's not evidence that he's kind of been time traveled or that he's aged in any way or come from a previous timeline or something like that. So no.
But he is at the medical center along with Pelanistra, and student population, entire school body knows we did it. Okay. The Auric are
Can
going
one of
to
us
be
do an anonymous eyewitness account for a shoot
Yes.
at the morning announcement?
Yeah.
Just saying.
I think we should.
I think all of you are going to be invited in for a little news press conference, but we'll pick that up next session.
Love it.
And
Good job,
you
y'all.
can all level up. So go to level 9 for next session.
Well, that's happening. That's happening right now.
Woo.
Well, not right now because I'm going home. But
Sleeping.